Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
This is just the pure essence of what's great about being outdoors.
Hi.
This is the last vestige of a herd of 3.5 to 4 million bison that once lived here for thousands of years.
Being able to look across the water, watch the sunsets, it does something good for the soul.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
It's going to feel kind of natural. The shapes are going to be organic.
This kind of stuff that our society discards as trash can be upcycled into something creative and new and interesting.
What is now an empty spot of shade at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center will soon be transformed into a playground. Andy Chamberlain and Christy Seals are building this one-of-a-kind playscape. It's something they've never done before.
Where are all my 2x6s? That's what I want to know. So this is day number 1 of actual on the ground. We're building this thing, it's real. Here's the new layout. Okay. Stage at this end.
Here's this next marker.
Okay, but there's a lot of thinking and like putting our thoughts now that we've had on paper onto the ground. So I think that's kind of the shape of the neck.
In less than a month, this will be a playscape paradise as part of the Nature Center's annual Fortlandia project.
It caught our attention at Texas Parks and Wildlife because it encourages outdoor play, brings kids outside, and so it's something that we thought we should get involved in.
We've got 21 days. Each day we'll chip away at it. Okay, we're figuring this thing out today, and then tomorrow we'll figure out the next thing. So I'm feeling good. I usually feel good.
Day 2 has a stormy start. But free supplies can't wait.
We are at the Austin Resource Recovery Facility.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we set them up as best as we can.
One roll at a time.
We're gonna upcycle them by taking them instead of recycling them and reusing them for our project. So these tires are actually gonna become the base of our fort.
Efficiency, that's what we're after here.
How many did you guys fit in? 50? What? We might only have to do one trip. It feels really good to upcycle these tires. It's expensive to recycle, and so it costs the state and the taxpayers money. And so when we can find a better use for it, all the better for everybody.
Kids could walk on top of them, that's the idea.
It's Christy's job to come up with the plan for those tires.
Maybe we'll have fangs. What would be a cool fort that my kid would like to play on, that other kids would like to play on, that ties in with Parks and Wildlife, with our conservation mission? Let's do a rattlesnake. How can we make a rattlesnake? And then let's do a fort that uses as little new materials as possible. The head element's going to be interesting too, because it will be the one element that kind of rises off the ground.
A challenging twist is that the fort has to be temporary.
We want to find a home for this, so we need it to be easy to disassemble and reassemble. So the design has to reflect that. 5'10" and 1/2. How are you going to build a circular wood deck?
Perfect.
With volunteers and not very complicated tools quickly.
All right.
We came up with the idea of doing it as like a pie. You got everything? Yes, 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 yes. Nice.
Whoa.
I'm trying to do 15 today. That would be ideal. It is pretty hard to puncture a tire when you're trying to puncture it. Whew. It's definitely hurting my hand. My hand's a little tired.
Not to worry. Week 2 brings reinforcements.
So this is the first day with American Youth Works on site.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's get this tire party started.
Get it started.
They have a lot of energy and a lot of strength. They're doing things that we were like, ooh, and they're like, bzz, bzz, bzz.
All righty. A lot of work putting that bolt through there.
We're very encouraged that things are going to go quickly, and they're pretty enthusiastic about it.
The team keeps the snake together
I don't know if this is tight enough.
by upcycling old climbing rope.
Yeah, so usually like climbing rope kind of has a life limit to it.
People get creative with it. Looks pretty nice.
CJ, you want some reps? I'm getting kind of tired.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a lot of like think and go on your feet, which is really cool.
We told them, we haven't 80% figured out, but if you guys have some bright ideas about how to do things differently or better, like we are all ears.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
I probably need to come over here.
I think that's super exciting to see a space being created for kids to like enjoy outside. You don't know what their school situation's like, so like may not have that playground accessibility, but then having like this access space here makes me super happy.
We're getting there, we're getting closer. We're kind of creating a rattle with recycled water bottles and some recycled glass. And that's why I really like this rattle tail. It's 100% upcycled.
We are in the home stretch. Just a few more days until opening night. Final touches of drilling down the deck, and then we're gonna seal it so that it stays nice and shiny for all the kids who are gonna be running on it. 1, 2. We've had quite a few folks volunteer and help us out.
Can you see it now?
Snaky.
So snaky.
Yay, team! I'm super happy right now. It totally is working.
Oh, we just need the head. Worst case, we'll just use these as eyeballs.
As other forts wrap up, there is growing concern here. They are still missing their centerpiece.
Right now, it just kind of looks like a worm. But once it has a head, it's gonna look like a snake.
I think it's gonna get here without issue, but that is the last piece that we're waiting on.
Eric Vitella is up against the clock.
This is when I think the magic happens.
He's got a day to get all the metal parts of the snake cut and ready to go.
We're gonna actually bend it in strategic spots to contour the tires. Each one of these will be staggered like so, and then we're gonna have the body of the snake go a little bit higher. There's no doubt they're gonna be out there crawling on it, you know, treating this thing as if it was a live snake and letting their imagination run wild.
All the pieces are on there. It looks really good. Look at that. It's gonna step, 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 step. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and here's the fangs.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, it is heavy.
Woohoo! Oh, this is exciting.
Oh man, it's awesome. I'm blown away. I had no idea of the magnitude of size. You know, haven't done something so tangible and so much fun. Gives you the warm fuzzies.
So these are just hand holes. I care about this. I care about who's going to use it. I care about how it gets put together. I care about what it's made of. So that when people come out here and enjoy it, they will like feel that love and joy popping out. Hold on. No, because it's not going up.
We're gonna have to center it.
Oh, and then the eyes go up there.
Yeah.
I got it. Cool.
Tomorrow's opening, so we're gonna keep working as long as we've got some light. I think we'll sleep a lot better if we put in a few more hours tonight and try to get it as best done as possible. Opening day! We're here! We did it!
And I really love how it's snaking through the trees, you know. We are no longer rattled. Womp womp. Because it's happening, it's real. The kids are on it, they're playing. There we go, he's going up. They're doing things we did not expect, which is what we kind of hoped for.
Oh, he does it just fine.
He did it, no problem.
It's super cool.
It's a rattle, or a rattlesnake.
So there's all this discovery, I think, in ours at these different scales.
Oh, you got a head start.
It's great.
Kids are happier, healthier, and smarter when they spend time outside. We know that from research.
Hi.
So this provides an opportunity for kids to be outside and get healthier, happier, and smarter.
Oh, you made it!
This is just the pure essence of what's great about being outdoors.
Good job.
It is creating a place where people can just take a moment outside to enjoy themselves and really get in touch with that inner place where we all are playful. The more we can create opportunities where people get in touch with that, then the better it's all going to be.
This is the last vestige of a herd of 3.5 to 4 million bison that once lived here for thousands of years. It is a part of Texas history that must not be lost. My name is Wyman Menzer, and I'm a professional photographer. You know, every time I drive into this country, I'm reminded of some of the words from the old buffalo hunters and pioneers journals about the wildlife that existed here, the bison especially. Literally millions of them. I actually saw the old film that was released in 1916. It was an opportunity to see the way that the Native Americans hunted. It was just a glimpse into the past that we will never see again.
These are Southern Plains Bison that for thousands of years have roamed this area. My name is Donald Beard. I'm the park superintendent here at Caprock Canyons State Park. It's almost 14,000 acres of some of the most rugged, beautiful canyon lands in the state of Texas. The light just does amazing things in here. We're the home of the official state of Texas bison herd. These bison have unique genetic markers not found in any other bison in the world. They are an important, crucially, vitally important part of the conservation of the species of bison.
The great kill occurred really in 1877 when they said like over 1 million bison were killed in Texas. Each buffalo hunter killing hundreds of buffalo in a matter of days. It was here on the J.A. Ranch in the late 1870s when Charles Goodnight and his wife Mary established the buffalo herd that is today is on Caprock Canyons State Park. She saw the slaughter occurring, felt for the bison, saw the little calves, and just decided, you know, I'm going to save some of them. J. Wright Moore, when he talked about coming up in this region and just seeing a herd of buffalo, you know, 10 miles deep and 110 miles wide, and it just amazes me to think that this country could support that many creatures.
We're in the process of performing our annual gathering and working of the Texas State Bison herd. What we do is we administer vaccines to safeguard against various diseases.
All right, she needs blood work.
We perform pregnancy checks on the females, do an overall health check of all the animals. Just make sure everybody's good and healthy, and just general health check. Make sure it's all good. These are just amazing creatures. And when you're down on the ground with them and you're up close with them, you really get a sense of how massive they are. You have to kind of pinch yourself every now and then so you don't take it for granted.
There's a buffalo down there.
So our goal is to expand their territory here in the park from about 300 acres into approximately 1,000 acres of native grass restored prairie land. What we have done is we've allowed the animals to come into their new pasture. We are restoring an indigenous wildlife to its native habitat.
The genetic pool of Southern Plains Bison will roam the old trails of the millions before them, and I'm very thankful for that.
This is its historic home, is we're fulfilling Mary Ann Goodnight's vision.
With the dust, with the light, even though I'm viewing a herd of 75 or 80 through a lens, I'm thinking of 10,000. Because of the long-term view of people like Charles Goodnight and Mary Ann Goodnight, the J.A. Ranch, Texas Parks and Wildlife, we still have these wonderful beasts among us.
That one.
This is so exciting just to see this, just to picture what it was like long, long ago.
We have tried to look at every aspect possible as far as the safety of both the animals and the visitors. When you come in the park, you are in the habitat with the bison. They are wild animals. They can run 35 miles an hour, faster than a horse. We have designed this fence. It's as strong as it can be and still maintain that free-ranging appearance where they're not behind an exhibit. I think our biggest key is going to be visitor education. We have to let these people know that when they come in here, these are wild animals, that they need to keep their distance and keep safe. Eventually, we hope to have the herd roaming just the entire park itself. These magnificent animals, the Texas State Bison herd, the last remnants of the great Southern Plains Bison, these animals belong to the state of Texas. They're your animals. It's a great opportunity to come view the last of their kind as we try to do our best to expand their range and grow the herd.
We are at Fort Parker State Park. We are located between the cities of Mexia and Groesbeck in Limestone County. It's so open, but yet there's so many trees and shade, and it's so quiet.
Everything is just so close and handy. Campsites are real close to the hiking trails, and they're also real close to the swim area.
Ta-da!
To places to fish, to ride their bikes.
Mama, look at this one.
Oh, wow. Is it soft? I think that's a rabbit.
Once a family arrives, they can enjoy all the amenities that the park has to offer without ever getting back in their vehicle.
Native Americans were drawn to this site by the natural springs that still flow into the Navasota River. Anglo settlers, also drawn by the water, established the town of Springfield here in 1838.
The population at that time period was more than Dallas and Houston's population put together.
When the railroad bypassed Springfield in the 1870s, the town began to fade away. Today, the only thing that remains of this once bustling community is the historic Springfield Cemetery, located within the park.
The first and largest slave owner of Limestone County is buried there. But there are also freed slaves buried in that same cemetery. This was a very unique thing to happen here.
See, my dad is buried over there. That was the only cemetery that is integrated from the beginning.
During the Great Depression of the 1930s, the Civilian Conservation Corps was established to provide jobs for unemployed young men.
The people of the surrounding communities actually petitioned the government to get a CCC camp out here to make a recreational park. The number of the CCC camp was 3807C, and the C stood for colored.
Life in the camp was, I would say, it was beautiful. When you was out there working on that farm, you didn't know where your next meal was coming from. But when you were in CC camp, you knew where you're going to get your 3 hearts a day.
The CCC not only built the dam that backed up the Navasota River to form Fort Parker Lake, they also built the recreation hall, they constructed the roads, they built picnic tables. The CCC just did a fantastic job here. They were proud of what they had done, and rightfully so.
Well, I found a mushroom. Does that count?
Where?
The Burr Oak Nature Trail is just an ideal length trail for families with young children.
Turk's cap.
It's also marked with plant identification markers.
The bright red flowers attract butterflies and hummingbirds.
It's a fairly hot day, but the trail is completely shaded, so it's easy to do. That's got to be the big Burr Oak. The kids enjoyed it, and we're going to go swimming now because the swimming hole's right next to the trailhead.
Trails here offer a lot of variety for different styles of riding, whether you are a seasoned rider or you're here with your family. It just kind of offers a nice flow. You're going to have some descent and ascent. Along with that, you do have some twists and turns, some rocks and roots, which makes it a little bit more exciting for those that are a little more seasoned. Woohoo! This is where we come to ride a lot. This is home away from home for sure.
We're on the Navasota River at Fort Parker State Park. In this river, the crappie is probably the most sought after game fish. I go for these bass. There's some good sized fish in here. He's about wore out. The biggest one I've caught out of here is 9 pounds and 13 ounces. That's a keeper. But the biggest one that's been caught is 12 pounds and 2 ounces. Here's another one. It's good enough to where I keep coming back 3 times a week. That's a typical Fort Parker black bass. Didn't get skunked.
Canoeing and kayaking is very popular because not only can they canoe and kayak the lake, they also have the Navasota River that they can kayak. And that hosts a whole other world of wildlife that they get to see when they're going up and down the river.
Like that little slide there.
You can come out here and just have a really fun time, relaxing and spending time with your family, making memories that will last a lifetime in a very relaxed atmosphere.
The one thing that I love about Fort Parker State Park is the serenity. Being able to look across the water, watch the sunsets, watch the birds fly across, it does something good for the soul.